Does your child often have a long and loud meltdown? Does this get on your nerves? Do you don't know what else to do to stay calm? Here what you can do. Hi, Mojca.
Hello.
You are a mindfulness teacher and a mother of twins. I bet you have a lot of everyday practice for free.
Oh yeah, actually I have a lot of opportunities to apply what I've learned from mindfulness practice. And with time, there are indeed fewer moments when I feel completely overwhelmed and when I snap at the children for nothing. But actually, practice is different than application. Um, when you practice, you need a quiet space, being alone, being calm, and this is when you can meditate and you can observe your thought patterns, you can observe your inner state. And then once you've trained this for a while, then you can actually apply this to real life situations and start actually acting differently with your children as well.
I like this separation, practice and application, because yeah.
Because if you want to go straight to application, it can be too difficult. And then you feel, oh my God, I can't do this. But actually, you just need to practice first, just like a sport. You need to build a muscle and then you can apply.
Yeah, great. So today I would like you to tell us more about how we can calm down in these challenging moments.
Well, yeah, the first step in mindfulness is always to first stop and notice what's going on. Okay, what's going on with my body? What thoughts are coming? What emotions are here with me today? And then we try to broaden our awareness to include like other non-threatening body sensations as well, like connecting with your breath or feeling your feet on the ground. So there's all this that's going on. And then beside this, you also notice, okay, there are other things present with me at this very moment. And from this broader awareness and from this space, you can then choose how to respond instead of acting automatically the way you usually do. But this needs to be practiced first in meditation, and then you can apply it in real life situations.
Why is mindfulness so successful?
Because what we learn in one of many things that we learn in mindfulness is to become aware of our inner states. And then from this awareness, we can choose how to respond. Like maybe you've noticed that we spend most of our lives on some kind of an autopilot. Like we always do the same things in the same situations, even if we know that these automatic reactions may be not the best ones or the wisest ones, but we still act the same way when we're triggered. And what mindfulness teaches us, what we train in mindfulness, is to be able to stop this autopilot, to actually find this space within us before we react. And from this space, we can then choose how to do, what our next step will be. Like a typical situation for our family when we all go crazy are the mornings. So, when everybody has to get out of the house very quickly, everybody's super tired and grumpy, and this is where everything happens. And I sometimes observed our 4-member family, and I had this feeling, okay, so this is as if there were like 4 players acting out the same old drama every single morning. Like literally, we would say the same words with the same kind of reactions, the same kind of emotions, always caught in our own patterns, all 4 of us, of course. And once I started noticing this, I said, okay, but then at least one of us needs to change, then the others can follow. But it's still difficult because once you're triggered, you're in there. You just want to do the same thing. And what I've learned through mindfulness was to actually being able to notice. So now I'm about to do the same old thing. And actually, well, yesterday when I was thinking about these horrible mornings, I had a different idea of what to do. So I can choose to do this now. And this is where such situations can change.
Yeah, instead of reacting, is responding, like stop and choose the response.
Exactly.
It's a hard thing to do, but it pays off. So what does this do in our bodies and brains?
Yeah, well, these practices have benefited people for over 2,500 years. They stem from Buddhism. But what I find really exciting is that during the last 20 or 30 years, mindfulness meditation has also become a subject of scientific research. And usually, when we talk about benefits of mindfulness, we talk about the findings that science has found. And we can maybe cluster these effects in three major areas. The first is they've demonstrated that people who regularly practice mindfulness meditation have improved physical and mental health. Like the most common effects are the decrease in chronic pain, but also in depression and anxiety. Mindfulness has been used for quite a while in psychotherapy, also for people who have recurring episodes of depression with quite impressive results. And on the other hand, good mood and self-compassion increase, so there's more happiness in life. Then the second kind of effects are the changes in body chemistry. There's less cortisol in the system. Cortisol is a stress hormone. And also there's an improved immune response. And they have even noticed epigenetic changes. That means which genes are actively expressed in our cells. This expression of genes changes. So, for example, the genes that are related to inflammation in our bodies are expressed less. There's less inflammation in our body. And then the third kind of effect is the structural changes in our brain. Our brain is capable of learning and changing. And maybe you've heard the saying that neurons that fire together wire together, which means if we practice kindness, if we practice focusing on the present moment, there will be actually structural changes in our brains. The neurological pathways related to emotion processing, self-regulation, or to the ability to focus will become stronger. And with time, this will become a bigger and bigger part of what we experience.
Great. So who can use these practices and where?
I'd say almost anybody, but with a stress on almost. There are life situations or psychological states when it would not be recommended to start learning mindfulness. Like if you're currently having a real depression, or if you're experiencing something really, really challenging and traumatic, this may not be the best time in life to start with mindfulness. Or maybe you can, but with an adaptive program or with specialists who specialize in depression or trauma. But other than that, I would say for most people, it can be very beneficial. But also it turns out that not everything is for everybody. Like some people love it and it changes their lives. And for some people, it's maybe some other methods are more close to them.
What do you think about mindfulness and busy moms? Does this go together?
Definitely. Definitely. I benefited a lot as a busy mom.
Yeah, that's why you're here. So what can we gain if we do this regularly?
Yeah, for me, one of the most beautiful moments of teaching mindfulness is at the end of the course, where participants share what they have gained. And the beauty is that people mention really different things here. Like the most common one is, okay, I have now the tools to calm down. But then maybe some people who are going through something difficult would say, oh, I've learned to accept difficult emotions as a part of life and I'm less overwhelmed with them. Or then for other people, it would be focus or people who have challenges in relationships, they would gain, the biggest gain for them would be, I can now respond more wisely in relationships. Or some say the biggest gain for me was simply to take time for myself and not feel guilty about it. So what I think is beautiful, that there's really, the teachings are really rich, and everybody pretty much takes what's most alive for them, what's most needed in their lives in that moment.
Yeah, but everything you said, it's like a game changer.
Yes.
So can you teach us one easy mindfulness practice that we can start using today?
Well, yeah, sure. But first, I would suggest an exercise, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Let's start with an exercise.
Okay.
Well, like I said, the biggest thing, the first step is always stepping out of the autopilot and becoming aware of our inner state. And from awareness, there are possibility. There's where choice can happen. And this choice, it's nice if it's inspired by our deeper intention, like what we really actually deeply want to change or how we want to contribute. And with children, when we have a problem, usually what happens is when we snap at them or when we say things that we regret, we lose this perspective of our deepest intention, right? We just act out of this angry or overwhelmed self. So I'll invite you to reflect for a moment. What is your intention when it comes to parenting? Like, what would you really like to give to your children? What is it that would you like to convey?
Feeling of safety.
Okay, and feel it in your body. Feel what your deep intention is with your children.
Can I close my eyes or do I?
Sure. And just imagine, what would your actions be like when you acted from this space within you? If you could choose your reactions in difficult moments, what would they be?
I would definitely be more soft.
Okay. Okay. Now just try to remember this feeling, this intention for a while. And we'll come back to the intention at our end of our short meditation. You can open your eyes now for a second. And of course, the intention can also be different in different situations. Like you can apply this for your work. You have maybe some intention with your work or with your relationships. There are different challenging situations in life. And maybe depending on what situation you're in, you can then connect with different kind of intentions. But today we're here to talk about parenting. So let's do a short meditation together, if that's okay.
Yes, it's okay.
It will take a few minutes.
Okay.
You can do this several times a day, whenever you can take a few minute break. Like if you are on public transport, that's a perfect situation. Or when you're driving, once you park, you can maybe take a few moments before you get out of the car and do whatever needs to be done next.
Pick your kids.
Pardon?
Or pick your kids.
Yeah.
Before you go and pick your kids, because that first contact is important.
Exactly. And it will be different if you come from a calm place within you. Or sometimes I go to the toilet during the day and just have like 3 minutes there just to reconnect with myself. And then I can continue with whatever challenges come. So yeah. And now I invite you to take a relaxed but dignified posture, back erect but not stiff. And letting the body express a sense of being present and awake. Now, closing your eyes, if that's comfortable for you, or just focusing on a spot in front of you, whatever feels best. First step here is being aware, really aware of what is going on with you right now, in this moment. Becoming aware of your thoughts. What thoughts are around? And as best you can, just noting the thoughts as mental events. So we note them, and then we note the feelings that are around at the moment. Just acknowledging them. Perhaps saying, "Oh, there you are. That's how it is right now." And similarly with sensations in the body, are there sensations of tension, of holding, of discomfort? And again, just being aware, simply noting, okay, that's how it is right now. And now, bringing your attention to your breath. Just noticing the rise and fall of your stomach as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Following the breath, moment by moment, as best you can. Noticing the cool air flowing in through your nose as you inhale, and the warm air as you exhale. As you breathe in and out. And now, allowing your awareness to expand, to encompass your body as a whole. Bringing your awareness to your thinking and whatever emotions are present right now. Gently broadening this awareness to notice the whole experience, holding everything in this more spacious awareness. And within this space, reconnecting with your deeper intention. Maybe asking yourself, what will my next step be? And then, when you're ready, just allowing your eyes to open, taking some of this broader awareness with you as you continue your day.
That was great. Thank you, Moitza.
Thank you.
Yeah, do I need to share or is just that for me or?
If you feel like sharing, I'm really interested.
I have really calmed down my system right now, but what I came in touch with again, that when I picked them from school, that no matter what the trigger is, because sometimes there are triggers, I can just stay present, soft. I mentioned at the beginning, and just have a safe first connection. It's not first in the day, but first after a while. So I can really work on this. Often it's beautiful, but sometimes something happens, like you said, like over and over again. And of course, I'm the one who can change things. So practicing being present and being soft, no matter what. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, and you can just take maybe 3 times 3 minutes a day. And this can already change something in the way you react.
Yeah, a lot, Moza.
Yeah.
Thank you for today.
Thank you for inviting me.
With pleasure. So if you want to work with Moitza one-on-one, you can find her on our page, lovingmom.org. She offers counseling and mindfulness programs. You can also find there some other experts who can support you and your family on your journey. Stay loving, present, and soft. Bye.
Bye.